Hi, everybody. Well, as I always keep saying, we are right in the middle of a big and fast changing world, particularly the big change. Yeah. Recently, I was quite inspired by a Hong Kong businessman. Yeah, with the name, his English name I think is Elmer Yuen, Yuan Gongyi. He's more or less in my same age, so there's something in common between he and me, particularly in opinion. He has an interesting life. You know, he lived 20 years in China, he lived 20 years in US, and the rest, say 30 years or so, in Hong Kong. Yeah, so he was actually started life as a child, being a refugee away from the communists, yeah, and ran to Hong Kong, and Hong Kong became his safe haven. And but then he worked himself up, yeah. And at the end, I mean, when he was maybe 50 or something like that, he became actually the world's biggest microchip maker for a digital watch, yeah, supplying all sorts of digital brands of digital watch. Yeah, in the 70s already he was big actually. And when China, Deng Xiaoping, talk about reform and modernizing China, then he, like many other overseas Chinese, find it finally. The communists stop fighting and killing, and now they want to make life better for the Chinese people. So he was invited by Deng Xiaoping to come to China. So he was actually one of the first, maybe even the first, real big, so to say, industrialist who came to China 1977. It's really early. And helped mainland China to build his first microchip factory for digital watches. And he actually not just helped building it, he took all the cost. Yeah, it's his money. With his own money, he built the whole factory and gave it to the Chinese mainland as a present. But then, there's always two sides in one thing. On one side, he's helping these people, yeah, without knowing actually who they are. But then, because they were having them, so he got some insight. At the end, he found out, my goodness, these people are all the time cheating and using all sorts of really bad method to achieve what they want. So at the end, he got very disappointed. So to make a long story short, yeah, for about 2-3 months ago, he decided, yeah, to stop working on his business. He must be a millionaire, I guess, and to devote all his time and energy for one thing. And at the end, this one thing, he gave it a very descriptive name. When you hear it, then you understand what he wants to devote the rest of his life for. He's already 71 years old. And namely, he has launched a movement, a global movement, called Heaven Eliminates CCP. Because he found out, since CCP took power in 1949, they have been committing crime, anti-humanity crime, all the time. 1949, directly after the revolution, they start killing landlords and rich people. At that time, rich people are equal to bad people. But you should not think that the communists really want to get rid of these rich people and take the wealth from them and share with the poor. No. He found out actually what they want, and I said the same thing. Yeah, they just want to take the wealth from the rich to them, and to do so, they need a propaganda, opinion building, yeah, by telling the Chinese people how bad a landlord is, how he exploits people, how he make you poor, make use of this very negative property of a person, namely jealousy. Yeah, to make your jealousy, or to make use of the jealousy as much as possible. So jealousy become hatred, and with hatred, you help them to kill people. So this is what they have been doing, killing landlords, killing rich people, and killing all the people, all the elite of China, within culture, within economy, within politics, just name it. In all walks of society, all the elite became their enemy, and they have killed 80 million people, if you count those who died of hunger during this so-called Great Leap Forward, the Great Famine. Yeah, it's terrible. Only that Great Leap Forward killed 40 million. And if you count how they forced Chinese women to make abort because of this one-child policy, if you count that also as killing, then they have killed another 350 million. So altogether become, 500 million people, something like that. Terrible. Terrible, or at least so many lives. So I fully agree with Elmer Yuen. His Chinese name is Yuan Gongyi. Yeah? This is a criminal organization. So what he had done is, first, for about 2 months ago, he started also, like me, started a YouTube channel and telling the world the truth of this criminal organization, CCP. And now, but he's a businessman. He's not just talk, He has also action. And the action, he has many actions, but the most important action is he is now, right now, in Washington, together with people like Steve Bannon, yeah, and maybe also others. I know he met also Wei Jingshan, the democracy movement spiritual leader, you can say, of China. And anyway, most important maybe Bannon, and he is now doing lobbying with all the congressmen and the senators of USA. Well, he's very pragmatic. He's a businessman. He said, yeah, you can talk to Germany, you can talk to Italy and whatever, but that doesn't help. They are just too weak, too small, and they are not so determined as US. US is strong and is determined to eliminate CCP. And he's very happy to find out that people like Mike Pompeo, Mike Pence, and also, of course, Donald Trump, they don't want to do harm to Chinese people, but they want to eliminate Chinese Communist Party. And this is exactly what he wants. For the sake of the Chinese people, he wants to eliminate the Communist Party of China. And this is fantastic. And he's now putting it in action. What action? Well, his action, specific action is, he's going to convince as many congressmen and senators as possible in US so that they will reactivate a law that was used, famously used by Giuliani, the former mayor of New York, to fight against the mafia. And what is specific with that law? That law is not just like a normal law. If you have killed people, you have committed crime, then you are punished. Not only that, that law says mafia is a criminal organization. If you belong to that criminal organization, if you're a member of criminal organization, you are already a criminal. Okay? So he's doing the same thing. He wants to renew the law by stating that Chinese Communist Party is a criminal organization. So all the 90 million members of the Chinese Communist Party will automatically become criminal and will be punished by the jurisdiction system of US. So, and this is serious. That time, Giuliani efficiently managed to crush the mafia in New York. That's why later New York prosperous with, economically and so on. So this is a fantastic thing, and I think it's because it is efficient and it is peaceful. You know, you don't start to kill anyone. So by doing so, America will, for example, lawfully stop all investment that is linked to the Chinese Communist Party. Any investment in China that may mean that those money will be utilized by the Chinese Communist Party, then you are helping a criminal organization. So that will be stopped. Any technology transfer that may means helping the CCP also become a criminal act. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is really interesting, and I think it's actually not only interesting, it's encouraging. Finally, you know, like Mr. Yuen said, yeah, in these 70 years of ruling, they have only been committing crime, from killing landlords, as I mentioned, all the way to today, yeah, killing Falun Gong practitioners for their organs, putting 1 million Uyghurs in concentration camp. It's an endless list of human rights abuses. It's not just human rights abuses. It's actually crime committed against humanity. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope we may have a tough time in the coming 1-2 years, but after that, I think like after rain, the sun will come and the blue skies will come too. Thank you for listening and watching. Yeah, and if you like it, don't forget to click like and click subscribe. Thank you. Bye-bye.